Alright, so here we go. This is the cage put back together. Filled up cricket food, stuck it in there. Refilled the water dish, stuck it in there, and as you can see, I like to bury it all the way up to the lip. Makes it a lot easier for the scorpions to get in there. If dirt gets in there, do not worry about it. It's not like it'll mold or get muddy. This calcium sand's really good at not getting muddy. It will start to clump together, but you just take something like a spoon or knife and just stick it down in there and stir it around a little bit. It's perfectly fine. That's why I like these gel crystals more than water. So let's see here. Now the next part is putting these guys back home. They're all, as you can tell, they're getting a little irritated here, especially the females over this male. He's starting to piss them off, I think, so it's a good time to get them in there. What I do, a pair of needle nose pliers. Some species, what I would recommend, since they are a lot softer bodied, well, maybe not softer bodied, but not as strong of a muscular tail, depending on the species of scorpion, what I would do is get some gauze or toilet paper or paper towel and line this up with it. Just that way it adds some padding and some cushioning, but it just depends on where you're grabbing your scorpion. Where I like to grab them is not at the tip of the tail, but right at the base where it meets with their abdomen. That's the strongest part of their tail. So, I've been doing this a while with these things, never had a problem. I've never snapped a tail, never squished a tail or crippled one. As you can see, I grab these guys by their tail all the time, and their tails are perfectly fine. So, I'll just give you a quick little show here. Let's take this one here. What I like to do is, see that? I first grab it, and I always grab them on the sand, so that way, look at that. Real easy to just pick up. They can easily support their body weight on their own tail. And I just gently take them in here, put them on the high rock, and there you go. See, look at that. They already know they're home. Like, whoop, running around, taking a look. That one moved on me. You do have to be a little quick. But see, look at this. Not squeezing real hard. I'm just letting the pressure of the pliers hold it shut. And then just easily put them down. See, he's got his tail flat, but as soon as he runs off, he'll curl back up. It's perfectly fine. It will not hurt them. Heavier scorpions, like emperor scorpions, I would maybe not recommend doing this to, just because they're a really heavy scorpion. It might hurt their tail, but these guys, they're really lightweight, so it's not a problem. And like I said, I always grab them on the sand so that way they have nothing to traction to. If you try and grab them when they're like on the rock or something like this, they hold themselves down really good. They're really strong. So that might cause damage. I always coax them into the sand and then pick them up that way. Let's get this asshole out of here. If you get two of them latched together, that's perfectly fine. They're really strong. They're not going to hurt each other. See? And as soon as they get put down, they run off in different directions. Perfectly fine. Oh. Grab that one in the wrong spot. There we go. This is on its side. This one's a gravid female, so she'll probably be popping out some babies soon. Now, if you want to be brave, you could go ahead and maybe coax them into walking on your hand and then making them walk off, but haven't quite gotten to that point. I mean, I don't mind sticking my hand in here and, touch them a little bit. They're not as aggressive as people say. They're not quick to just want to sting and kill you. Their number one thing is to just run away. The only time I can really ever get one to sting is if I do something like hold it down. And even then, look at that. Holding it down. still not even trying to sting, it's just trying to run off. Then again, I've had these guys for a while, so they're probably used to me handling them. So they're pretty docile. I could probably stick my hand down, let it crawl right on my hand, and it wouldn't do anything. But that might be a video later on, we'll have to see. See, look at this, they don't try and sting or anything, not even when I'm grabbing their tail. They get a little angry, they'll try and turn around to grab me with their claws, but that's about it. And you can always tell males real easy. Look at this. See this? See the long, slender body of this one, and the long, slender segments of the tail. That is a male. The ones you can tell are female would be ones like this. See how she's fatter on the sides? She's a lot thicker, and her tail segments are shorter. That means she's a female. It's just like being able to tell male or female as far as skeletons of mammals. Larger hips, hip bones and everything like that represents, childbearing. Same with the scorpion. Wider abdomen represents being able to have a larger birthing cavity. And of course, shorter tail, to prevent, because as you know, scorpions give live birth, so they do carry their young on their back all the way up until their first molt. And so by having that shorter tail, it prevents accidental stings of killing their young. As you saw, her tail curled up, it barely touched, right where her back is. But this guy's tail curled up, if you had it curled up all the way, it'd be, see that? Look at that. It'd be up towards the middle of his back. So I think that's just how it works for them. Some scorpions might be different, but that's what I noticed as far as these Arizona bark scorpions. Oh! See, I wasn't holding tight enough. I never want to hurt him. But I should have had a little bit of a better grip, and he would have made it in there. There he goes. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and keep this guy out, because I want to go ahead and do a packaging video. I'm going to show you guys how I package a scorpion to send to a customer. I've been getting some questions on this too. It's actually a method I've seen quite a bit on YouTube with as far as tarantulas go. I use the same thing with these guys. It works out great. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this video out, but that's pretty much it. You saw how I changed, the food, the water out, the cricket food, siphoned out all this Yancy. It's a lot clearer now, but like I said, little bits of cricket poop in it is perfectly fine. Oh. This male is just not wanting to stop. Let go. There we go. It's not them fighting. It's mating time again. They mate heavily about once every 2 months. So all the males right now are just in a frantic to want to find a female and mate. So probably in about another month or two, all my females will probably be popping out little scorpionlings, even though a lot of my females are already gravid. So I am keeping an eye on them just to make sure. I'm waiting for them. See, this male here, man, he's got that den covered, and he just wants any female that goes in there. Which is fine. He'll get the idea. After a day or two, he'll calm down, and it'll be perfectly fine. So, there you go. If you got any further questions, like I said, it's a simple little 5-gallon aquarium. I hold 14. And what I like to do... Yep. That's... You know what this is. Dry erase. I like to, on my aquarium, always keep count. So 14. Boom. Just makes it a lot easier to keep track if you're going to have a colony of scorpions. I had 13 on there before. I wiped it off before I started this video. Then I counted and I realized, oh shit, I got 14. Forgot I grabbed another one off the back porch I found the other night, threw it in here. So if you do catch a wild one and you want to throw it in with your colony, do not throw it in there by itself right away. Throw it, keep it in a little critter keeper for a day. Feed it as soon as you get it. That way it mellows down. It's not as aggressive. As soon as it's done feeding, not during feeding, not when it's still got food in its mouth but it's not moving. As soon as it drops the cricket, within that day or within that couple hours, take it, put it in your colony. It's a lot more mellow at that point. It's more submissive to the rest of the scorpions in the colony. So, yeah. So I hope this little care video on how to clean the tank, set up feeding, decorations, things like that, water dish, helps out anybody. I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off. I'm going to do a quick little packing video on how I ship one of these guys out. I don't have a box. It's just going to be a little demonstration of how I line the container, get them in there, things like that. So that's coming up next here, probably in the next couple minutes. I'm going to go get that ready, and then I'll show you how that works, okay? So here we go. Thank you.